guys, it's Julia. Welcome to my channel. So on January 20th, I didn't celebrate, but it was technically my 1-year anniversary of bringing home my first reptile, Miss Phoebe, who is in this enclosure. And so I thought I would make a video about 10 things I wish I knew before I got into reptile keeping. For those of you guys who are kind of on the fence of whether you want to get one or not. Get one as in a reptile. I just wanted to also first start off by saying I've only owned a leopard gecko, crested geckos, and bearded dragons. So my experiences are just solely based off these animals. I've never had snakes before. So that if you're thinking of getting a snake, I am not your girl. I am so sorry. But you can head over to my friends' channels. I will link below. And they have had snakes. So enjoy those. They're all lizards basically. What I wish I knew was that no matter what lizard you get, what type of gecko, they're not going to come with, but you are also going to indirectly have pet bugs. And I mean by this, when you get bugs to feed them, you can't just, give it to them. You have to gut load them, which means feed them, I think average like 3 days before you feed it to your reptile. That way they're eating healthy stuff and not whatever they were eating at the pet store or wherever you got them from. So yeah, you get pet bugs. Well, you buy pet bugs. Another thing I wish I knew was, I kind of figured when I started getting into this, but reptile supplies are so expensive. So if you see a sale and there's a bunch of hides for like $5 instead of, $25 or something, because that's happened a few times to me at PetSmart too. I grab them. $5. If you have $5, just get it. If there is like ReptiSafe on sale, just grab it. Eventually you're gonna need it again. Well, I mean, that depends for how many animals you have. Like, if you only have one crested gecko and you have a thing of ReptiSafe, you're not going to need it more for a while. But, like, if you have, like, a leopard gecko or bearded dragon specifically, if there is a type of vitamin or, calcium that you usually buy and it's on sale, grab it. Like, just grab it. Another thing that's been on sale that's actually been a lifesaver has been, like, the little pet carriers. I got a lot of those. I don't know if you can see mine. There they are up there. I got quite a few of mine at Target, and I did not get them at Target. I got them at PetSmart, and they were on sale. I think one of them was only like $5, and it was originally like $15 maybe. Like that was a pretty good steal. I definitely recommend checking out Chewy.com. They have a lot of good deals. You do have to pay $8 for like flat rate of shipping unless you spend a certain amount of money, but like, guys, it is so, well, okay, I don't know about $8, but if you spend over $50 or something like that and you get free shipping, I so recommend doing that. Like, just stock up on supplies, because you never know what you might want or what you might need in the future. I got a lot of the, I got like 2 thermostats, and they were like maybe $18 instead of like the original $32 they were or something. Then like just bulbs for the bearded dragon. Like you can get so much stuff. I got a lot of the like leaves for the geckos. So I really recommend Chewy. I got quite a few of the like water dishes and just food dishes for them too. And if you stock up when there's a sale or clearance, you just grab something, it will change your life. So when I first got Phoebe, I was just so stressed because, I researched crested geckos for a year, and I know I was prepared, but it was just having a species that wasn't a mammal, like a dog or a cat, or it wasn't a betta fish, it stressed me out. I was so scared. I didn't, like, I thought I was prepared all this time leading up to it, brought her home. I was just, I don't know, I was stuck. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. And so within the like 3-4 months like into keeping her, I was still like, I'm not very confident in this. But eventually you do get used to it. You keep working on your schedule, and then you're like, okay, I got this. And then you're like, I could have another one. Ooh, what about another one? What about another species? So they're very addicting. You get one, you're definitely eventually gonna want more, even if it's not right away. Mine was not right away. I was like, I don't want another reptile ever again. But then once I just got used to keeping her and I was more experienced and I just felt better about it, I want all the reptiles now. For my fourth one, this is kind of very, like, I don't think everyone goes through this. Well, at least I hope not. Specifically more if you're a girl, I feel like this happens way too much. But when you say something about having pet reptiles or pet geckos or whatever, everyone's like, oh my god, you have a reptile? That's disgusting, I want to kill it. Ew. And like, it's just annoying. Like, I wish I knew how many times that was gonna happen. Like, how many times one of my friends or someone, I don't know, I met, ran into, was like, oh, that's really weird. Okay, I'm a weird person, so I'm like, that's fair. For number 5, I guess this does depend on what type of reptile you have, but for like bearded dragons, leopard gecko, crested geckos, they are physically easier to maintain than some pets, as in I don't have to take my leopard gecko out for a walk like 2 times a day. I don't have to let him outside all the time. I don't have to let my bearded dragon, you know, go potties outside. But with that being said, so I feel like, you know, and they live in like the cages. They're not free roaming. That would not work out. So they're in their cage, you know, that's their home. Like my room is where they're living in, but like that they stay in there. They don't, you know, they're not on the walls. And so that is physically easier to maintain, but you do have to clean their enclosures, which for, I think, all 3 of these probably takes me about 2 to 3 hours, depending on how deep I'm cleaning, and how like much I'm sanitizing each thing, and also depends how messy they are. Some weeks are messier than others. But yeah, so do keep that in mind when you want to add to your collection, that cleaning does take up time, and so does for the bearded dragon, like I say in leopard gecko too. The vitamin schedule, you need to keep up with it, and you need to make sure you remember what day you gave what to. And for the bearded dragon, you do have to do soaks. I do mine 3 times. Well, I mean, I don't soak her. Wait, no, I don't soak, but she soaks 3 times a week, and I do at least 15 minutes per soak. So that does add time in your schedule and in your day. So always like consider that. But like for the crested geckos, I'm not, unless they have stuck shed or something, like you don't really soak them, and even if they have stuck shed, you give them a sauna. So like obviously they're not as much work as like the bearded dragon. For number 6, I wanted to add that I wish I knew not to let experienced hobbyists get in the way of me getting an animal. What I mean by this is that there's a lot of experienced keepers out there who sit on their high horse, and if you get a gecko and you don't know every possible fact that I don't even know how you would know, you don't know it, they get on their high horse and they're so mean, and they're like, why'd you get this animal, or like, you don't belong in this hobby. And they're just like, they, for some whatever reason, they want to push you out of the hobby. Don't let them get to you. For all those really mean people, there are even more nicer people who want to help you, who are willingly taking questions, who will not judge you for whatever, well, not whatever, but for what, you know, what questions you have. Like, especially if you're just like, you just genuinely don't know, and like maybe you did mess up at one point. They are there to help you, and they're gonna help you fix whatever is wrong and walk you through things. And like, there are so many people are so sweet and so genuine that, yeah, there are a lot of really mean hobbyists and reptile keepers out there who just feel like nobody else can own a reptile besides them, I guess. Especially if you're younger than like 23. A lot of people are, I don't know why, are so against like young people having reptiles, which I'm like, sir, when did you start keeping your reptiles? Oh, 18? Okay, but that's besides the point. Don't let them get to you. Just you do you research, if you feel confident you can have a pet and you can provide it whatever it needs, I say go for it if you want it and you are willing to take care of it and be responsible for it. And if you have any questions, please ask. There's going to be so many nice people ready to help you. So yeah, I guess that does bring me into my next thing, which is ask questions. People, like, join a reptile group on Facebook for whichever reptile you're getting. So many people are willing to help you. You just have to join it. I learned so many things on those groups. Like, a lot of it, I'm like, I don't know about that one. But there's so many people, so many different people in different situations and experience different things on these groups where you can learn so much information. And if you're like kind of sketched out about what most of them believe or whatever, you can always do your own research and come to your own conclusion, but at least you have like knowledge of what's going on. I mean, there's so many things that could go wrong. There's so many hacks you won't know unless you join these groups and you find it out that way. So I definitely recommend joining a Facebook group. And like I said, if you have any questions or problems, please ask. People want to help you. A lot of people in this hobby love sharing facts and information they learned throughout the hobby, so they want to be there to help you. I already knew this one, but I feel like a lot of people don't, so I'm just gonna add it in this for number, I think we're on 8. Do not listen to what the pet store says, okay, you guys? A lot of people who work at pet stores are very knowledgeable, let me put it that way, but do not follow like PetSmart's care guide. Do not pick up Petco's, like, I don't know, beta fish care guide or leopard gecko care guide and just follow that. You want to have, so do not just pick up a pet store care guide and only solely follow that when you are researching and planning what you're gonna do for your pets, because a lot of the time the information's outdated or it's wrong, or there's just better ways of feeding them or doing things, and you don't need that, okay? Just get those at the store. So that goes into number 9, which is when you're researching, don't just choose one website. Choose multiple websites with the same information or almost the same. So then that way you can kind of form like your own collective thoughts based on, you know, maybe 4, 5, 6, however many really you want, how much time you want to put into your research. That way you have many sources telling you, you know, really helpful things. So for number 10 of the things I wish I knew before reptile keeping, I wish I knew how much you would actually really love these little guys. There's something so special about owning a reptile, or I guess any exotic animal. Well, specifically reptiles though, because they're not capable of like loving you back, but it's just so like amazing to be able to provide and take care of like species that are so not uncommon, because I mean crested gecko is really common house pets, but yeah, like I guess, you know, of exotic pets, like it's just so fascinating, I feel like, and it's so amazing. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Phoebe would like to say hello. Well, she wouldn't like to, I kind of forced her out. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!